stage. Welcome Wayne Kelley.
Now introduce Ethan.
Good evening, everyone. Introducing peaceful protester and Santa Monica City Council candidate, Wade Kelley.
Thank you, Ethan Hyatt, and thank you, Mike. Hello. My name is Wade Kelley. I'm running for Santa Monica City Council. I want to stand up for human rights right here in Santa Monica, and I hope you do too. That's right. We need to stand up for human rights in Santa Monica because the City Council, they criminalized sleeping bags and bedrolls for homeless human beings here in Santa Monica. That's right. They said if you're homeless and you have a sleeping bag or a bedroll, we can give you a citation because you're committing a crime. Even though they don't have places for these homeless people to go, they are criminalizing sleeping bags and bedrolls. And that is inhumane. That is cruel. Phil Brock and Oscar De La Torre voted to criminalize sleeping bags and bedrolls, along with Lana Negretti and Christina Parra. But Phil Brock and Oscar De La Torre are on the ballot this year in November, this coming election. So we need to vote them out, definitely. Because we got to stand up for human rights. You're not going to end a housing crisis by criminalizing sleeping bags and bedrolls. You're not going to end a housing crisis, a homelessness crisis, by criminalizing homeless people and poor people. These people are just trying to criminalize poverty. That's what they're doing. They're going back to the last century. You know, in the 1900s, here in the United States of America, we had vagrancy laws all around the country. You could be put in jail for not having a job or any money on you. And the guy who wrote this song, this land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. That's right. Woody Guthrie, the guy who wrote that song, was put in jail in the 1950s because he didn't have any money on him or a job. That's right. They used to have laws like that all around the country. And now people are trying to bring back these laws, trying to criminalize homelessness, trying to criminalize poverty. And we don't need to do that in this country. We need to stand up for the rights of everybody in this country, no matter your race, your religion, your ethnicity, your belief, your genders, whether you're rich or poor. We all have the same rights in this country, and we need to stand up for those rights. Even if you have a mental disability or a substance abuse disorder, if you are addicted to something, if you have a substance abuse disorder, we all have the same rights in this country, and we need to stand up for those rights. It doesn't matter whether you're homeless or whether you have a place to live. We all have the same rights in this country, and we need to add to those rights. We need to make sure that everybody has housing. Housing is a human right. 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 We need to say that. Tell our leaders to say it loud. Housing is a human right. 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 That's right. We need to change the way we think about housing. Not every housing unit needs to be a profit-making machine. No, we need to think about housing people before we think about making profits off of property. You know, because that's how we got into this mess, this housing crisis, this homelessness crisis, by not building enough affordable housing for generations. That's right, all around the country, especially here in California. For generations, California's been propping up its property values and not building enough affordable housing and saying, we can't build any affordable housing in our neighborhood. It'll bring down our property values. That's right. So for generations, we haven't been building enough affordable housing. Certainly since Prop 13 passed in this state in 1978, it made it a lot easier for rich people to hold on to property, and made it harder for poor people to get property. And of course, the property values kept going up and up and up. And places like Santa Monica, they didn't build housing. They didn't have to. Santa Monica in 1970, the population of Santa Monica in 1970 was 88,000. Today, the population of Santa Monica is over 90,000, somewhere just over 90,000. So while the rest of California grew by 20 million people, Santa Monica grew by just over 2,000 people. Santa Monica said, we got ours, now you stay out. We got ours, go live out in the desert. That's what they did. That's what a lot of coastal communities did. They said, we got ours, now move. You poor people, get out. They built this city by using eminent domain to take property from poor people, or property that poor people were living on, and that helped them build their city here. And that got rid of a lot of people of color. Because if you get rid of poor people, you're going to get rid of a lot of people of color, because we haven't gotten to a equality of earning yet in this country. We still have to work towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity. And that's why Santa Monica is 70% white, because it's pushed a lot of poor people out of its city. And we need to keep integrating here, especially on the coast, next to our public beaches. That's right, we have 800 miles of public beaches here in California, and mostly rich white people living next to those public beaches. Why is that? People say, well, we'd like to build affordable housing, but you shouldn't build affordable housing in prime real estate. Well, how did this real estate get to be prime? It got to be prime by pushing all the poor people out. Poor people have problems. So do rich people. Only rich people can pay to fix those problems. Poor people have to deal with them sometimes. So we need to make it easier for poor people to live next to our public beaches, because they belong to all of us. And we need to make the beaches more accessible for everybody. And we need to quit complaining about these people that are coming to see their beach. I hear people all the time saying, all the problem is coming from those people getting off the trains and buses. Those people are bringing bad things here. Those people are coming to see their beach, and you need to help them to do that. Nobody should have to pay a week's wages to take their kids to the beach. We need to make it easier for people to thrive and survive, even right here in California. Especially in the richest, most powerful country in the world. There's no reason for poor people to be sleeping in the streets while rich people are having space races. We can do better than that. We live in the land of milk and honey. There's plenty of plenty. If you're looking in from somewhere in another country, I want you to know that we're still working on standing up for human rights here in the United States of America. We work on it in spurts, and we stand up for the rights of poor now and again. And Kamala Harris wants to stand up for the poor. She wants to build 3 million units of housing in her first term in office. And I think that's ambitious, but I love it. And I say, how many are we going to build here in Santa Monica? How many? What? You know what? She would have done it as vice president if she was in charge. Joe Biden tried to build more affordable housing, but we got to get a Congress behind him as well, get the Congress behind Kamala Harris, and make sure that they give her the money to build affordable housing. Joe Biden did get that infrastructure bill through, which created a lot of jobs and built a lot of infrastructure, worked on a lot of infrastructure here in the United States of America that had been let go for a long time. But Kamala Harris wants to build 3 million units of housing in her first term in office. And I say that's fantastic. California, that means we need to build about 1 million, since we have about a third of the country's homeless population. We should build about 1 million units of housing here in California. And we should build a lot of housing right here in Santa Monica. Let's put a woman in the White House. Kamala Harris is her name. Let's put a woman in the White House. We don't need more of the same. She'll stand up for equal rights for you and me. And she'll stand up for our democracy. So let's put a woman in the White House. Kamala Harris, 2024. Kamala Harris, 2024. Yeah. That's right. She wants to raise taxes on the rich, the billionaires, and the corporations, and I think that's fantastic. She wants to make sure that everybody working one job should be able to survive in this country, and I think that's fantastic. And she wants to build 3 million units of housing to end this housing crisis, this homelessness crisis. Let's put a woman in the White House. Kamala Harris is her name. Let's put a woman in the White House. We don't need more of the same. She'll stand up for equal rights for you and me. And she'll stand up for our democracy. So let's put a woman in the White House. Kamala Harris, 2024. Kamala Harris, 2024. Yeah, yeah. All right, peace. Now, Joey, can you see this on here? Can you go to my YouTube and see what people are saying for a minute? Wade Kelley, Kelley, on YouTube, because there's a lot of people saying stuff. I don't know what they're saying. But you know, there really is no other option besides Kamala Harris this election, because the other guy is a lying criminal who tried to overthrow our democracy. We can't have somebody like that running a democracy. If you have any doubt about that, go on YouTube and listen to the phone call he had with Secretary of State Raffensperger in Georgia. He said, we know there was fraud in the election, and Secretary of State Raffensperger said, I'm sorry, Mr. President, you got bad information. There is no data about that, about what you're saying. And then Trump said to Raffensperger, he said, well, you don't have to be so honest. All I need is 11,000 votes. You can listen to that phone call. It's about an hour long, and it's on YouTube. You can listen to it today if you have doubts about whether or not he tried to overthrow the election. And on top of that, he was in the debate with Kamala Harris just recently, and he still can't admit that he lost the election. He still cannot say, okay, I lost. No, he's still saying that there was some kind of conspiracy to overthrow his election. Can you imagine how delusional you have to be to to think there's such a huge conspiracy in this country and there is no proof of it coming out, no proof of it leaking out? Come on. That is a really delusional person. And he is a criminal, a lying criminal, and he wants to be a dictator or some such. And he says things like, if you don't vote for me, the whole country's going to go down the crapper. We don't need somebody like that running our country. We need to we need somebody who believes in democracy and wants to work with others to make it a better day for everybody. And that's not him. So let's put a woman in the White House. Kamala Harris is her name. Let's put a woman in the White House. We don't need more of the same. She'll stand up for equal rights for you and me. And she'll stand up for our democracy. So let's put a woman in the White House. Kamala Harris, 2024. Kamala Harris, 2024. Yeah. That's right. We need to keep moving ahead. We are not going back. We don't need to go back to criminalizing poverty. That's what a lot of people are trying to do. You know, this summer, this ultra-conservative Supreme Court handed down a ruling called Grants Pass versus Johnson. And in that ruling, they said, we can't figure out all the complexities of homelessness, so we're going to let the states and the cities determine whether or not they want to criminalize homelessness. And that's exactly what the states and the cities are doing. They're criminalizing homelessness all over the West now because they don't have Martin versus Boise holding them back. And in her dissent of that Grants Pass versus Johnson ruling, Justice Sotomayor said, to keep people from sleeping is cruel and unusual punishment and goes against the 8th Amendment of our Constitution. So who do we want to stand with, Santa Monica? Do we want to stand with Trump's ultra-conservative Supreme Court like Phil Brock and Oscar De La Torre have done by criminalizing sleeping bags and bedrolls? Or do we want to stand with Justice Sotomayor?
Do you like Trump?
Huh?
Do you like Trump?
No, I don't. He's a criminal. He tried to overthrow our democracy. You want to say something about equal rights, equal justice? Keep working.
I'll vote for Wade Kelley if...
That's me.
Oh, that is?
That is me, Wade Kelley. That's me. I'm running for Santa Monica City Council. I'm on the ballot, and I want to stand up for human rights right here in Santa Monica because they criminalize sleeping bags and bedrolls for homeless human beings. And that's not the way to end this housing crisis, this homelessness crisis. Huh? They're not supposed to sleep on the streets. Where are they going to sleep? We don't have housing for them. We don't have shelter beds. So what are we going to do? We're not going to criminalize our way out of this homelessness crisis. We need to keep working towards a better day for everybody.
I'll vote for Wade Kelley if you can pretend to be our parent and take us into the movie for a chance.
I cannot pretend to be your parent and help you get into a movie. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm running for Santa Monica City Council. That might not be a good thing for me to do, would it?
Being a father figure.
I am trying to be a father figure. Listen, stand up for human rights. That's the thing I will give you.
Troy, tell him.
Okay.
Tell me what?
Troy, go on.
Tell me, what are you guys thinking about? Peace and love? Peace and love? You're trying to spread peace and love? I hope so. We got to keep working towards a better day for everybody. We've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy in this country. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. There's no reason for poor people to be sleeping in the streets while rich people are having space races. We can do better than that. We have done it before. You know, back in the 1930s, we had a Great Depression in this country. And there were people living in shanty towns all around the country. And instead of tearing down the shanty towns first, they started building housing in 1937. By 1939, they built 500,000 units of housing all around this country, lifting generations of poor people out of poverty. That's right. Thank you, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And we need leaders who believe in progressive government that can lift people out of poverty. We need leaders like Kamala Harris. And we don't need leaders like Gavin Newsom, who caved in and sided with Trump's ultra-conservative Supreme Court. And we don't need leaders like Phil Brock and Oscar De La Torre, who would side with Trump's ultra-conservative Supreme Court and make it harder on human beings that are going through a hard time being homeless and poor. Anyway, in 1935, the great President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he passed another thing called Social Security. That's right. He put this safety net in place so that people, when they got to be a certain age, when they got to be my age or a little younger, they could have a safety net to lift them up and help them through the rest of their lives. And then we extended it to people with disabilities. And we need to make sure that Social Security remains solvent and that we continue to help these people through the rest of their lives. And we need to make sure that it's enough money for them to survive off of. Certainly you can't live off of Social Security in Santa Monica without programs, without government programs. So we need to make sure that government programs are in place to help people. How you doing, Marcus? What's going on? Did you talk to Ethan?
I have talked to Ethan. I'll talk to him again.
He said there were some caseworkers that he was talking with somewhere else. And in 1944, the great President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he gave a speech called the Second Bill of Rights. You guys can watch that speech on YouTube today. Huh? You'd like to? Well, maybe you will someday. It's a speech called the Second Bill of Rights, and it's Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And in this speech, he said, "It is time for a second Bill of Rights, where every American has the right to a decent place to live." This was in 1944, he gave that speech. And he said, "It is time for everybody to have a job that pays a living wage."
Yo, he just said Trump all the way.
Did he say Trump all the way?
Yeah.
Well, I disagree with you, whoever you are. And I hope you learned that Trump is a criminal, a lying criminal who tried to overthrow our democracy. So we don't need people like that running a democracy, that's for sure. Anyway.
Wait, so what are you running to be? Like, city council?
City council, that's right. There are 10 people running for 4 seats on the city council. And I want to stand up for human rights, and I want to build some affordable housing right over, you know, that airport, the Santa Monica airport, that's going to be 227 acres of land.
Because they're closing it?
They're going to be closing it, and the city's going to have it, and they want to make a big park out of it and not build any affordable housing on it. Now, that's irresponsible and cruel during a housing crisis, a homelessness crisis. So we need to tell people, we need to build more affordable housing right here in Santa Monica, because we have to keep integrating our society, right? We haven't integrated Santa Monica that much. That's why it's 70% white. And we need to keep working towards a better day for everybody.
One sec.
Let's put a woman in the White House. Kamala Harris is her name. Let's put a woman in the White House. We don't need more of the same. She'll stand up for equal rights for you and me. And she'll stand up for our democracy. So let's put a woman in the White House. Have a good night, guys. Peace. Kamala Harris 2024. Kamala Harris 2024. Yeah, yeah. That's right. We have to keep educating the young people, letting them know that we can do better by people. Government can be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. That's right. We can move to make sure that everybody can thrive and survive in this richest, most powerful country in the world. We haven't gotten there yet to equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity. We got to keep moving towards a better day for everybody. That's right. How you doing, Mark? It's about peace. It's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love. It's about peace. How you doing? Good to see you. You know I'm running for Santa Monica City Council. I told you about that. And I want to stand up for human rights, and we got to vote out Phil Brock and Oscar De La Torre. Because they don't believe in human rights. They criminalize sleeping bags and bedrolls for homeless human beings. It's a shame.
That's no good.
It's about peace. It's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love. It's about peace. It's about a little bit of love and peace at least. Because when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about hope. It's about joy. It's about bring from home to little girls and boys. It's about joy. It's about hope. It's about enough hope to keep them off the dope. Cause when the hope and the joy are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about joy. It's about hope. It's about you. It's about me. It's about you and me working towards equality. It's about me. It's about you. It's about saying Black Lives Matter too. Cause when you and me are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about you. It's about me. Se trata de paz, se trata de amor, se trata de paz y amor. Se trata de paz, se trata de amor, se trata de paz y amor. Se trata de paz y amor. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yeah. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yeah. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yeah. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yeah. Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem. All right, peace. Good to see you, peace. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love. It's about peace. It's about a little bit of love and peace at least. Cause when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace. It's about love. 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 Oh, it's all about love. Hey. That's right. We got to keep working towards a better day for everybody. We've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. No reason for poor people to be sleeping in the streets in the richest, most powerful country in the world. Let's see if we get the sign in here a little bit better. There we go.
There's wording on the...
Huh?
You can't see because the wording on the...
Yeah, there's a lot of people, some people...
Oh, those are people... I see it. Yeah.
People chatting, saying something. Somebody said they were talking about somebody who I don't want to vote for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, We got to keep working towards a better day. That's what our whole country is about. You know, the beginning of this country, they wrote a thing called the Constitution. And in it, it starts off, "We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, and provide for the common defense, and promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States." Now, sure, it was written by a bunch of rich white guys who owned property, and they were the only ones who benefited from that. But since the beginning, there are people that have been working to make sure that our democracy is more inclusive, that we keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity. And that's where we are today. We got to keep moving in that direction. We can't go backwards. We are not going back. That's right. Peace. Good to see you, Jim.
I'm a rich white man. I say vote for this man. He cares.
Well, thank you. That's good. I'm glad you're rich. I hope you're rich enough for us to raise taxes on you. I'd like to raise your taxes to make sure that people don't have to sleep in the streets. If that's what it takes, if it takes raising taxes by taxing every vacant hotel room or vacant house or vacant condo or whatever, we need to raise the taxes to make sure that we can have human beings sleeping in a decent place. Hey, during the pandemic, they had trailers, little trailers out here on the beach. I mean, we are in a crisis right now. We have over 180,000 homeless people here in California, and instead of housing all of them, they are starting to criminalize homelessness. That's right. And that's not the answer. We have to move in a different direction than criminalizing homelessness. And that's why I am running for Santa Monica City Council. Because you can't get rid of human rights and expect things to go better. That ain't the right direction to go. People say to me, well, what are your solutions, Wade? Well, whatever the direction is opposite of getting rid of human rights, that's where I'm going to go. That's what I'm going to do. If there's a vote that comes up and it's against human rights, I'm going to vote the other way. I don't care about big business. I don't care about these promenade people making more money off of their stores if they're going to let homeless people sleep in the streets, if they're not going to build affordable housing. I've been playing my guitar on this promenade for the last 9 years, and I've seen the way they treat the homeless people here, and I want them to stand up and say, listen, these homeless people have a right to live just like we do. They've been working against them. They've been trying to push them down the road instead of trying to build affordable housing. Right over here on 4th Street here in Santa Monica, they had a parking structure over here that needed $4 million of work just to remain a parking structure. And they had to build some affordable housing because the state was taking away their zoning rights because they weren't trying to build any housing for the poor people here. So the state took away their zoning rights for 2 months in 2022. Anyway, that parking structure property over there is still vacant. They haven't started building any affordable housing there yet. I talked to the city manager this past week. He said they might get it going in 2029. I talked to a city council member. He said it won't get started till 2030. Because part of the reason is all of these business owners around this public promenade. Let me remind you, if you are on this public promenade and you are homeless, you have the same rights as the richest person in the whole wide world. That's right. You don't have to ask anybody's permission to be on this public promenade if you are homeless. Sure, they're going to take away the chairs and make you sit on the curb. And then they do have a law, no sitting, no lying on the promenade. And, you know, sometimes they harass people about that. They have so many laws on their books. The last thing they needed was a law that criminalized sleeping bags and bedrolls for homeless human beings. But they did that anyway. Now, Oscar De La Torre came by last week, and he said, well, we're not going to enforce it. I said, what? Why would you pass some law, vote to pass some law if you're not planning to enforce it? Are you just trying to appease and placate the hate mongers, the fear mongers, people that want to pick on homeless people? Is that what you're doing? Of course that's what they did. Now people can go to these homeless people if they have a sleeping bag or a bedroll, and they go, hey, you can't do that. You can't sleep there. You got a sleeping bag or a bedroll, and that's against the law. I'm going to call the police if you don't move. That's what they're going to do. They're trying to make it harder and harder for homeless people to survive this housing crisis, this homelessness crisis. See the people living in the street, ain't got no money, ain't much to eat. They're not too proud to take your crust of bread, just looking for some place to lay their weary heads. What's the problem that brought them here? The story's long and it isn't very clear. So many roads lead to the street, just looking for some place to lay their tired feet. And we can help them. We can make sure that everybody who needs a place to live has one in this very wealthy city of Santa Monica. We've got about 1% of the population that are homeless, and we can make sure we build enough housing for 1% of the population. All these homeless people living in a ditch with all these empty buildings and tax cuts for the rich. I ain't saying you have to give, but everybody has got a right to live, and they're just looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. That's right, and we can help. You know, they're building plenty of market value housing here. They're building plenty of rich people housing. That's right. It's going up all around Santa Monica. They might even make the amount of housing for the market value that they planned in their housing elements. But they're certainly not going to make the planned amount for their housing elements in affordable housing, because they can't find funding. We can't find any funding for poor people's housing here in Santa Monica, and it's amazing. They can find things for whatever they need here in Santa Monica, except for poor people's housing or poor people's services. That's right. That's what a lot of these wealthy cities are doing. They're making it harder for poor people, and then they want to criminalize homelessness. They want to criminalize poverty. Sweep them out your doorway, tear down their tents. Gonna keep on coming if you keep on raising rents. I ain't saying you have to do good, but why don't you try letting homeless people move into your neighborhood, Santa Monica? Looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. Let's take a look over here let's take a look at Coco over there. Hey, see Coco? See, can you see Coco? That's right. All those Coco boxes, right? They're taking over people's jobs, and they have a place to go sleep tonight. They have somebody to charge them up and take care of them, make sure that they're going to be cleaned up and ready for work tomorrow. That's right. They're going to be taken care of. And we have homeless people, human beings, sleeping in the streets. That's right. More and more of our jobs are going to automation. More and more of our jobs are going to robots and artificial intelligence and such and such. And we have human beings sleeping in the streets. We are going to have to change the way we think about making life better for robots and artificial intelligence and computers. I mean, we've got warehouses full of computers all around the country that are kept at nice room temperature, and they are cleaned and all their circuits are checked and everything's good, and we have human beings sleeping in the streets. We have to change the way we think about human beings and what meeting their needs, not just standing up for the rights of rich people's toys that make them money. That's right, that's what they are. They're rich people's toys that make them money. And speaking of that, while Phil Brock and Oscar De La Torre criminalized sleeping bags and bedrolls, they have also sponsored, Santa Monica sponsors Bitcoin now. If you go to one of these kiosks here and tap on it, it'll take you to a Bitcoin store. That's right, a black market Ponzi scheme cryptocurrency that makes a lot of people poor. And now Santa Monica is sponsoring that. You know, Bitcoin uses more energy than the country of the Netherlands. That's right. The Bitcoin black market Ponzi scheme cryptocurrency uses more energy than the country of the Netherlands. And that is being sponsored. That's being sponsored. How you doing? Good to see you. Peace. It's been a while. That is being sponsored by the city of Santa Monica now. And that is a shame. Sponsoring something that makes more people poor while you're making it harder for poor people to exist. You can sweep 'em out your doorway, tear down their tents. Gonna keep on coming if you keep on raising rents. I ain't saying you have to do good, but why don't you try letting homeless people move into your neighborhood, Santa Monica? Looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. One more time. You can sweep them out your doorway, tear down their tents. Gonna keep on coming if you keep on raising rents. I ain't saying you have to do good, but why don't you try letting homeless people move into your neighborhood, Santa Monica? Looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. Don't need your swimming pool, don't need your king-size bed. Just looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. Yeah. Hey! That's right, we can do better. We can make sure that everybody can have a decent life in this richest, most powerful country in the world. No reason to be making things harder for people. We're supposed to be working to make things better for everybody, not harder for people. People shouldn't have to work 2 and 3 jobs to be able to survive in this richest, most powerful country in the world. In this very wealthy, in the 6th largest economy of the world, California, in this very wealthy city of Santa Monica. We're living in California, the land of peace and love. Living in California, place the whole world's dreaming of. Living in California. sunshine day, a little foggy here. A little foggy here in Santa Monica. I think it got up to about 70 today. While the rest of the people were in the 90s. What? Don't let the Trump get you in a slump. We got rid of his hump. We're gonna be all right. Let's not let him back in there. Make sure that lying criminal does not get back into office. Use your voices, use your votes. We're in the land of surf and sand, movie stars, electric cars, and this beautiful Santa Monica night. We're living in California with people of all kinds. Living in California, sure I'll get a little bit out of our minds. Ooh, living in California, things could be a whole lot worse. Living in California, good to see you, bro. Rest of the country's moving in reverse. Ooh, living in California, everything's mostly alright. Living in California, having fun on the promenade tonight. Ooh. Now don't get me wrong, we got a lot of great things going on here in California. California is the second most diverse state in the whole country, behind Hawaii. We got people from different backgrounds, different races, different religions, different ethnicities, different beliefs, different genders, all living together in virtual harmony. But everybody knows there's some things we need to be working on. California has the most billionaires of any state in the whole country, about 175. And we have the most homeless people of any state in the whole country. Now that ain't right. There shouldn't be so few people that have so much when so many have nothing at all. We can do better than that. California is the 6th largest economy in the whole wide world, and we are ranked 21st in spending on public education. Why is that? That's a shame, California. A shame. Ranked 21st in the whole country on spending on public education. That's a shame. And we're ranked around 40th in the outcome of our public education here in California. And that's just terrible. We have to keep working towards a better day for everybody. We need to spend more money on our low-income area public schools, keep putting services and salaries into those schools until the rich people want to send their kids to those schools. Then we will know we have done enough. And we have to keep integrating our society. We can't put all the poor people in one area and all the rich people in another area and expect things to go well. That's not good. We can do better, California. Let's keep moving towards a better day for everybody. We can do it. We're living in California with people of all kinds. Living in California, sure I'll get a little bit out of our minds. Ooh, living in California, things could be a whole lot worse. Living in California, rest of the country's moving in reverse. Let's not follow them. Living in California, everything's mostly alright. And I'm living in California, having fun on the promenade tonight. Ooh, living in California, the place the whole world's dreaming of. Living in California, go out and spread some peace and love. Yeah, hey. Huh. That's right, we can keep moving forward. Keep working towards a better day. It's getting a little warm in here. Is it getting a little warm in here? What's that?
Yeah.
Google Store is coming soon?
Yeah, there.
Google. Ah. And there's a Google Store coming on the promenade. Well, if they can pay a lot of taxes to help homeless people have a place to live, I'll be happy about that. Well, did you hear about our good governor, Governor Newsom? He passed some law today extending alcohol hours till 4 a.m., but only for VIPs in some of these places. Only for VIPs. You poor people, you can't hold your liquor. Only rich people know how to hold the liquor. That's right. I can't believe that he is passing some law like that after he sided with Trump's ultra-conservative Supreme Court to criminalize homelessness. He really let us down. We gave him $24 billion to build affordable housing. Where's the housing? Where's the housing, Gavin? Gavin? Very disappointed with Governor Newsom.
He's the criminal.
He's the criminal. He's trying to let all the cities criminalize homelessness. And at the same time, he's trying to get them to build affordable housing. How's that going to work out for you? Criminalizing homelessness, letting all the cities push the homeless people out, and then at the same time saying you got to build affordable housing. No, they don't, because they're going to push all the poor people out of their cities and say, why would we build affordable housing? There aren't any homeless people in our city. That's what Malibu said. They said, we're not going to pay for any services because we're not going to pay for any homeless services or build any shelters because we don't have any homeless people. That's what Malibu said. And now that's what Norwalk is trying to do. Not build any shelters for homeless people.
They got their funding taken away.
And they had their funding taken away, but it's kind of hard to tell these cities to build affordable housing and shelters when you're letting them criminalize homelessness at the same time. That ain't right. That ain't too smart there, Gavin. Gavin, you ain't too smart. You're just slick. I'm very disappointed with him. But we got to keep working towards a better day. And we have to, listen, progressives, Democrats, we have to show that government can lift people out of poverty and help change lives. Here in California, we do have some good health care for poor people. I think I'm getting a crown next week. I'm a poor person. I'm getting a crown through the Medi-Cal. That's right. You can do that here in California. There are many states where they say, you don't need your teeth. You don't need to have teeth. Don't worry about that. And they don't have poor people insurance at all in 10 states. And that's a shame. Now, we have to keep working to make it better here in California, but at least we have some poor people insurance. And you can get your teeth cleaned. All of my homeless friends, I hope you go to Saban Community Clinic. Go to Saban Community Clinic and get your teeth checked out, get your teeth cleaned. They do a good job over there. And we need to stand up for the rights of everybody to have good, affordable health care. good health care in this country. We can do it. We can move to a better day for everybody. We don't need to just say, oh, the rich are doing okay. So if the rich are doing okay, then that means everything's all right. No. If the rich are doing okay and poor people are sleeping in the streets, that means something is not right. There's an imbalance. We need to change our business model. Because we can do better. We have too many leaders saying, don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. We'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. They'll tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. They'll say you're mostly lazy and you're filled with bugs. So don't be poor and homeless. That's what they say. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and sick. They'll put you in the hospital and spit you out real quick. They'll say you need to rest more and change the way you eat. But they ain't got no medicine to get you off of the streets. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just live in a mansion. Other rich folks want to help you if they could. So they'll take your tent and your bags and stuff and move them to another neighborhood. A little farther. A little farther. A little farther down the road would be good. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't live in your car. They'll find a way to ticket you no matter where you are. They'll say you're near a schoolyard or near a city park to make you move your car all day and give you tickets while you're sleeping in the dark. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just live on a yacht. Other rich folks want to help you if they can. So they'll start a race to outer space to help their fellow man. We are going to build affordable housing up on Mars. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. They'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. They'll tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. They'll say you're mostly lazy and you're filled with all kinds of bugs. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. Hey! That's right, homeless people. Just be rich. So many people say to me, these homeless people just need to get a job. That's right. You heading out?
Yeah, I'll see you next Friday.
Good to see you, Joey. You want to say hi? Joey's working on getting some place to live. You want to say hi?
No, I'm all right.
No? And he's going to school at the same time, and good luck, man. Good to see you.
When I checked, there was only 8 people on.
Only 8 people? Okay, well, that's the way it goes some nights. Peace. Anyway, we have to keep on going. Too many leaders are blaming poor people. You know, some of these people say, these poor people, these homeless people need to get a job. And they can't even find a place to go to the restroom in the middle of the night without being harassed. You know, I know some homeless people that do have jobs, and they still can't afford a place to live. So, I mean, that's kind of hard. We need to help people get into housing. And then we can talk about getting them jobs, getting them going in society. But, you know, we're going to have to, as technology keeps advancing and more jobs go to the robots and artificial intelligence, we're going to have to figure out a way for human beings to survive. We're going to have to figure out something like a basic income or something like that. We certainly need to make sure that everybody has housing. Housing is a human right. 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 Thank you, peace. I agree. Thank you, peace. Have a great night. Peace. That's right. We got to keep working towards that right here in Santa Monica, because we haven't gotten there yet. And we have to stand up for the rights of human beings. I know you love your little robot machine or your or whatever kind of toy you have, but the Constitution is for human beings, and that's the ones we're trying to make things better for. Someday, when I'm feeling low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Yes, you're lovely, with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you, just the way you look tonight. With each word your tenderness grows, tearing my world apart. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never ever change. Keep your breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you, please. Just the way you look tonight. With each word, your tenderness grows, tearing my fears apart. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose touches my foolish heart. Oh, never ever change. Keep your breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you, just the way you look tonight. That's right. We always have to make time for some love songs. It's getting closer, moving faster than a roller coaster. Love like yours is sure to come my way. Hey, hey, hey. Every day it's getting faster. Everyone says go ahead and ask her. Love like yours is sure to come my way. Hey, hey, hey. Every day seems a little longer. Every way love grows a little stronger. Come with me. Would you ever long for true love from me? Every day it's getting closer, moving faster than a roller coaster. Love like yours is sure to come my way. Hey, oh hey, hey. Every day it's getting faster. Everyone says go ahead and ask her. Love like yours is sure to come my way. Hey, hey, hey. Every day seems a little longer. Every way love grows a little stronger. Come with me. Would you ever long for true love from me? Whoa, every day it's getting closer, moving faster than a roller coaster. Love like yours is sure to come my way. Hey, hey, hey. It's very clear our love is here to stay. Not for a year, but ever and a day. The radio and the telephone and the movies that we know may just be passing fancies, and in time may go. But oh my dear, our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long, long way. In time the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble, they're only made of clay, but our love is here to stay. It's very clear. Our love is here to stay. Not for a year, but ever and a day. The radio and the telephone and the movies that we know may just be passing fancies, and in time may go. But oh my dear, our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long, long way. In time the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble, they're only made of clay, but our love is here. It's very clear. Our love is here to stay. Thank you. That's right. Keep working towards a better day for everybody and singing some love songs and having some fun and dancing. I am running for Santa Monica City Council to stand up for human rights. And we need to vote out Phil Brock and Oscar De La Torre because they don't believe in human rights and they want to criminalize homelessness. And I said, no. Excuse me, but don't take it seriously. I thought there was a party going on. And there was dancing and singing, ringing bells and lovers rolling around on the lawn. But then I woke up, and what I see, a bunch of sad sack faces all staring at me, saying, get to work, boy, ain't nothing for free. Hey, where's my party going on? Excuse me if I don't take it seriously, I thought there was a party right round here. And there was jumping and bumping and playing guitars and people drinking lots of beer. But then I came to, and what did I see? A bunch of sad sack faces all staring at me, saying, we ain't having no fun, boy, why should you be? Hey, where's my party going on? Sometimes I think maybe they're alright. Hey, sleep all day and work all night. Let's try that. Sometimes I think maybe they're alright. I should work all day and sleep all night. But I get so tired right around the morning light. Excuse me if I don't take it seriously, I thought there was a party going on. And there was laughing and acting the fool and everybody dancing till dawn. But then a bright light flashed, and what did I see? A big old dude with a bat shining his light down on me, saying, the party's over, boy, someplace you want to be. Hey, where's my party going? Sometimes I think maybe they're alright. I should work all day and sleep all night. But I get so tired right round the morning light. Excuse me if I don't take it seriously, I thought there was a party going on. And there was dancing and singing and ringing the bells and everybody going till dawn. Thank you, peace. I'll be sharing that with the homeless people. Thank you, have a good night. Excuse me if I don't take it seriously, I thought there was a party going on. And there was dancing and singing and ringing the bells and everybody going till dawn. But then I walked through the fog, and what did I see? A big old bony-fingered dude pointing down at me, saying, party's over, boy, now time to come with me. Hey, where's my party going? I said, the party's over, now time to come with me. Hey, where's my party going? I said, the party's over, now time to come with me. Hey, where's my party going on? Huh? Well, it's astounding. Time's fleeting. Madness takes its toll, but listen closely, not for very much longer. I've got to keep control. I remember during the time warp, drinking those moments when the blackness would hit me and the void would be calling. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. It's just a jump to the left and a step to the right with your hands on your hips. Bring your knees in tight, but his pelvic thrust really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. It's so dreamy, all fantasy free me. You can't see me, no, not at all. In another dimension with voyeuristic intentions, well secluded, I'll see all. With a bit of a mind flip, you're into a time slip, and nothing will ever be the same. Spaced out on sedation, spaced out on sensation, like you're under sedation. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Just jump to the left and a step to the right with your hands on your hips. Bring your knees in tight, but his pelvic thrust really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Well, I was running down the street just having a think when a snake-like guy gave me an evil wink. He shook me up, he took me by surprise. He had a pickup truck and the devil's eyes stared at me and I felt a change. Time meant nothing to ever would again. Time meant nothing, never would again. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Just jump to the left and step to the right with your hands on your hips. Bring your knees in tight, but it's pelvic thrust really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Something like that. Anyway, we'll keep working towards a better day. Working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity. Health care for all, housing the homeless. Common sense gun laws. Have you killed a gun today? Have you sent a gun away? Have you helped to solve a crime before it's done? See, the gun won't feel no pain. It doesn't even have a brain. Everyone should kill a gun. Have you killed a gun today? Have you put a gun away? Have you helped to solve a crime before it's done? See, the gun won't even mind. It's not part of humankind. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun today. There's more guns than people in the US of A. Guns don't feel, they don't bleed, they don't cry. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun. Now you know I'm not a fool. I know guns are just a tool. But these deadly tools have been ruling us too long. We're in the middle of a war. The enemy's inside our door. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun today. It really pisses off the NRA. Guns don't feel, they don't bleed, they don't cry. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun today. There's more guns than people in the US of A. Guns don't feel, they don't laugh, they don't love. Everyone should kill a gun. So we'll keep working towards a better day for everybody. Equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity, health care for all, housing the homeless, common sense gun laws, good public education. We can do great things in this country. They have been done before. Don't let anybody tell you different. Don't let anybody say government can't do things to change people's lives. Yes, government can do things to lift people out of poverty and help them to have better lives and make sure that everybody can have the basics. We're not going to make things perfect in this country, but we certainly can make things better for everybody who needs it. Because the rich people don't really need a government at all. They're going to do fine. We need a government to help the poor and the working poor have a decent life. Make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. Someone's always crying, there'll always be pain. Some need the sunshine and some need rain. The world keeps spinning, we can't slow it down, but we can help each other while it's turning around. And make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. Keep working towards a better day. My name is Wade Kelley. This Sunday at the Thelma Terry building in Virginia Park on Cloverfield and Pico, they are having the League of Women's Voters are having a forum for the candidates for Santa Monica City Council. And I will be there with, I guess, most of the other candidates, and we will be talking about the issues, and I will be saying that we need to repeal the law criminalizing sleeping bags and bedrolls for homeless human beings here in Santa Monica, because that is cruel and inhumane, and that's not the way to end this housing crisis, this homelessness crisis. So if you are in the area, come join us at the Thelma Terry building at the Virginia Park in Santa Monica. Thank you. Peace, love. Keep working towards a better day. My name is Wade Kelley. I want to stand up for human rights right here in Santa Monica. That's why I'm running for Santa Monica City Council, and I hope you do too.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We will see you back here again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Peace and love.
All right, Wade. Very good tonight.
There were people chatting.